Hello, welcome to My Life in Spain. My name is Mark, and today I want to talk a little bit about the weather here in Spain. Now, depending on where you live in Spain, you're going to have different types of weather. If you live in the mountains, you're going to get snow in the winters. If you live on high ground, you're likely to get snow in the winters throughout Spain. But if you live on the Costa del Sol or on the Costa Blanca, you're going to have long hot summers, and then you're going to get these storms that start in the wintertime that can dump huge amounts of rain. We've just had one in Andalusia that forced more than 7,000 people to be evacuated from their houses. It was called Storm Leonardo. And some villages in and around Cádiz got as much rainfall in one day as they would normally get for an entire year. Now, this storm hasn't affected where I live, because I live on the other side of the country, in Alicante province, and we normally experience long dry summers, so from, let's say, mid-May all the way until the end of October without any rain at all. So when the rains do come, they hit the mountainsides, and the ground is so rock hard, the water just floods off downhill. So you get a lot of flooding in lower lying areas. So if you're going to buy something or rent something here in Spain, make sure that the area you're choosing to live in isn't one that gets flooded. We had a storm in October 2024 that killed 237 people. Most of them were swept away in their cars. The rain just came down, and it was a storm that stalled. It just dumped tons of rain, and they had no warning, and it just flooded. The streets were like rivers. So it's very important that you know where you're going to live. Now, I live at about 35-40 minutes inland from the city of Alicante, but I live in the mountains. It's between 500 and 600 meters, which is like 1,800, 1,900 feet above sea level. So in the summer, it's really nice because it's not humid, and you don't get the heat, the sticky heat that you get down on the coast from the humidity. Now, I learned that lesson when I worked in Lebanon, and when I was in Beirut, the wealthy people all had summer homes in a town called Brumana, which was on Mount Lebanon, at a similar altitude to where I am now, maybe a little bit higher. And all the wealthy would leave Beirut in the summer and move to their summer homes. So, of course, when I moved to Spain, I had that in the back of my mind because I knew it was going to be hot here in the summer. So I settled in a city called Alcoy, which is, it's got a population of just over 60,000. And it's, like I say, it's at about 1,800, 1,900 feet. But the downside to that is, in the winters, it's cold. It's cold here in the winters, and it does occasionally snow. The mountains around us, they get snow all the time in the winter. But down here in the city, maybe once a year we might get a little dusting of snow. But the downside to anywhere in Spain, in fact, in the winter time, is the houses and apartments that are built here, they have no insulation whatsoever. So they're freezing cold. We just had our highest electric bill we've ever had in 16 years of living in Spain for January. We paid 195 euros, which is a lot. Normally it's half that probably. So that's something you need to pay attention to. The houses are not insulated, and it is cold here in Spain in the winter. A lot of people, when they come here, they come on vacation in the summer, and of course it's lovely and warm, and you don't think about how cold it can get in the wintertime. And there's no central heating in most places either, so that's another thing to bear in mind. And then in the summer, it's hot. So you need air conditionings or at least fans. So that's another thing to bear in mind. I know some people who move here from Northern Europe. In August, they go away. They go somewhere else because they can't take the heat. It does get very, very hot. And like I say, it's very dry. So you've had from mid-May all the way until October, end of October, without any rain or any relief from the heat. So that's something to think about before you decide to move to Spain. Hot summers, cold winters. And when it does rain here, the Spanish are like sugar cubes. They don't go out in the rain. I don't know, it's not like if you imagine living in Northern Europe, in the United Kingdom or in the Netherlands, it rains an everyday thing during the winter time, so they take it like it's normal. But here, nah, because we don't get that much rain, it's not a normal thing. So it did rain a week or so ago here, and I noticed my local bar where I go to normally, it was shut because they knew nobody was going to come because it was raining. So that's just the heads up about the weather. It's like I say, hot summers, cold winters, depending where you are in Spain, and some of these storms now are severe. I mean, the Andalusia has been battered this year. The jet streams dipped south, and it's brought loads of storms across the Atlantic, and it's just dumped rain on Andalusia. I mean, more than they've ever had in the last 25 years, I think. So, something to think about if you're moving to Spain. You're not going to have an insulated house or apartment. You're probably, if you buy something, you're probably going to need to change the windows for double glazing. But other than that, the weather, most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, it's okay, it's nice, it's sunny. I mean, we get over 320 days of sunshine here. So that doesn't leave a lot of bad days, does it really? So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Bye for now.